Welcome to the Amazon Investor Coalition podcast. Let's dive in.
Thank you for inviting us and being part of this group. We've been hearing a lot about the great people you've been putting together with one common agenda of gathering people that are really committed to support the future of the Amazon. So in a way, I think that it's a little bit of what we're also trying to do. Just a little bit of history on our background before I talk about Lab Amazonia. So just before Climate Ventures is a new organization. It's a nonprofit that was established in 2018. And we define ourselves as an innovation platform that aims to promote a regenerative and low carbon economy starting from Brazil. So we really believe that Brazil has a potential that is very much underexplored to generate value based on our environmental assets in a sustainable way that respects the local lifestyles. And so we created Climate Ventures first based on a lab that was the first climate innovation lab that we've had here in Brazil. It was a multi-sector initiative that started in 2018, and then we mapped about 100 organizations that were doing important work to promote the climate agenda in Brazil, especially connected with business. By then, one of the initiatives that we ran was an open call to entrepreneurs that have what we call the positive impact businesses model. So entrepreneurs that are trying to solve the climate crisis in different sectors. And after 2 years, we've had more than 600 entrepreneurs signing up and being part of our program. So we realized that there is a potential to work with these entrepreneurs and create an entire ecosystem of partners to help to support these entrepreneurs. So accelerators and incubators that help them to improve their business models, and also connect with investors and corporations so the corporations can purchase services or products from these entrepreneurs, are investors that are willing to allocate money and capital to help these entrepreneurs to thrive. So our approach is very much a systemic approach. So what we're trying to do is work in collaboration with more than a dozen partners in Brazil to promote different programs. And as all of you might know, Brazil main problem in terms of climate is based on our agriculture model and land use. So about 75% of our emissions come from land use and deforestation, turning forest into mostly cattle ranching, as most of you know. And so based on that, we decided to run a program that started last year, which is the Lab Amazonia. And the main calling for us to start this project was the work of Parceiros pela Amazônia, of PPA, which I believe that most of you also should know. So PPA has been working and selecting entrepreneurs and supporting these entrepreneurs with an acceleration program, and also investing in these startups for some years. And they came to us with a very specific challenge, which was most of these entrepreneurs have a lot of difficulties trying to bring their products to the market. So they have beautiful products, chocolates and nuts and jams, and a lot of products that we call the social biodiversity products. So these are products that have a good aggregate value and that generate value to these supply chains that keep the forests alive and standing through sustainable management. But these entrepreneurs, most of the time, they have to take care of the entire process, from creating their product until the final sales. And sales was really, really low. And so they called us to bring together a group of different partners to help bring solutions to this systemic problem, which is how can we improve the logistics, you know, of products that sometimes come from thousands and thousands of miles within the forest, and they have to travel by boat, by, you know, many different ways until they reach Manaus or Belém, and then finally can come to the big cities. And then also, how can we bring partnerships to leverage sales of these products? So this is a little bit of the context of this specific program, which is the Amazon Lab. And then if you don't mind, I'll share my screen here. I've prepared a few slides that, you know, this lab is still going on. So we've made a quick translation of some slides into English so we could present to you guys. But in a couple of months, we should have this report complete and then also translated into English, then I can share with all of you. But I think it would be great if I could share the screen and show you a little bit of what we've been doing, so then we can open for questions. Yes. So just jumping inside the Amazon Innovation Lab. So as I mentioned, the lab was created to be a space of trust and collaboration and collective action between a lot of different players that have their hands on. And the first challenge that we accepted that gave everything that we will see is around logistics and sales. There are many other challenges that the Amazon bioeconomy ecosystem faces that could be brought to future cycles of this lab. So in this first cycle, I think would be great if we could I think I will skip the video, but then I'll leave the link of this video. So then you can actually see a little bit of the faces and how the video shows also the challenges from the people that are in the forest. But I'll just mention here, you know, the partners that have helped to create this lab. So we've been doing this together with IDESAM and PPA, with the support of many organizations that you guys are very well familiar to. And so the first, let me see, it's not changing the slide. Yeah. So a little bit of context. So the social biodiversity and has these huge challenges related to small scale production and a pulverized production that comes from different parts of the Amazon that have to travel long distances with a lack of infrastructure. So sometimes you have a chocolate that costs $4 in the Amazon, but then it has to pay like $5 to $10 of logistics, so then it can be delivered in the southeast of Brazil. So most of this time, these products just stay there, and there are not many opportunities for local markets to consume these products. So these products have these challenges. So the lab worked in three different phases. So the first phase, we pretty much brought together a group of a lot of partners to the room. I will show you who was in the room in a moment. And pretty much we listened to everybody in a process of months of interviews, and then we mapped the main challenges that this ecosystem was facing. And we selected a few of these challenges to prototype solutions. And then we've done the second stage of prototyping solutions and finding partners to run the solutions, and then we prioritize the solutions. And right now in 2020, we are implementing the solutions that were prioritized, and that's what I will be showing you a little bit. So these were some of the organizations that were working together with us in this lab. So as you will see, there are some organizations that are nonprofits and have been doing like ISA and Saúde e Alegria, Imaflora, just to mention a few that they have a history of 20, 30 years or more working with communities in the Amazon to develop the basis of these supply chains. We have PPA and Connexus and many other organizations here that have been working to support local entrepreneurs. Also organizations that are specialized in climate, in impact measurement, and in logistics and sales, and other different backgrounds. So we pretty much chose like a microcosm of the system which we wanted to influence according to the lab methodology that we use. And we pretty much found a lot of challenges. So just the main challenges, the lack of infrastructure, and then we're talking about heavy infrastructure and also light infrastructure. Also, very poorly developed communication. And then we find sometimes many local entrepreneurs that are kind of competing against themselves, like with 3, 4 different brands of chocolate in very small scale. So, and then a low perceived added value from these products of the rainforest. There's a very complex tax and legal reality. And there is an undeveloped social biodiversity market. So this is just some of the challenges that we've mapped. And based on that, looking at the opportunity side, we saw that there's a lot of great work that have been happening in the Amazon, but these organizations are pretty much most of the time looking at their own area of impact, and they're not collaborating as much as would be ideal with each other. So the creation of a collaborative network to really optimize resources and create synergy based on these projects. Also think about a strategic communication and use of idle resources. So for example, Amazon imports about 80% of the products it consumes. So there are many trucks and other containers that arrive in the Amazon and they return empty to the Sao Paulo, to Rio de Janeiro, or to the Northeast. So there were many opportunities to optimize these idle resources. And also think about a distribution center in Sao Paulo, which is the main city in Brazil. So then we can have like products that are readily available to the most of the consumers. So based on that, there were 5 solutions that were prototyped, and the 3 solutions that we kind of prioritized in the first moment are this distribution center in Sao Paulo, which I'll talk about in a moment. The social biolog, it's a team of logistics experts that work with many big corporations that are located in the Amazon, and they know a lot about the different models and the different ways of bringing products up and down. So they are giving a consultancy to these solutions that we're working on. And a platform that is based on a B2B sales. So they pretty much map all the products that are available and they make it available to local shops and markets. So then these products can finally access the market. And then there were 2 other prototypes that were really, really interesting, but we decided not to prioritize because actually not because they're not important, but because of the timing issue. So there's an opportunity to create an Amazonia brand, which is a brand that is owned mostly by a local Amazonian people, and that a lot of products, sometimes making the final products, and packaging and working with the sales strategy is not the main strength of the local entrepreneurs. So what we found is that there's an opportunity to create a brand of products that everybody will know that come from sustainable principles that are based on keeping the forest alive. And this brand could be, creating a packaging and sales strategy to these products and help them, really connect to the supply chains. So the reason that we are not running this prototype right now is because if we create a brand that has a lot of demand and we don't have the structural supply chains, to offer the products, then it could create a bad image. So we have to guarantee that we have, good partnerships with organizations that guarantee the supply of products, so then we can in the next years work on the creation of this Amazonia brand. And also the Synapse Bio, which is a program to support entrepreneurship inside universities and really encourage the locals to become entrepreneurs and because right now they don't see this as an option. They don't have a lot of support, and the universities and technological centers in the Amazon are really disconnected from most of the mainstream markets. So based on this, we were working with these three prioritized solutions, the prototypes, and we created what we are calling access to market solution that is being operated based on these three existing organizations. So AUA is it's the distribution center that is already operating here in Sao Paulo. Amazonia Hub is a website that you can, B2C website, so anyone can go there and find products that are, they are very curated products. And Bioba is the B2B sales platform. And the main goal of this year is prove that we can increase at least in 20% the sales of these products, and also reduce the lead time at least in 30%. So this prototype was launched right now on the 5th of September, which was the day of Amazonia. We created this baskets of products that is Amazon in your house, and the forest still standing. And this is being sold right now in the Amazonia Hub website, and also through Mercado Libre, e-commerce platform here in Latin America. And we have like some influencers and famous chefs that are helping to create different lives and bring visibility to products. And then there are two other waves that we're predicting right now on the Green Friday and also Christmas. And the results have been already, really above our expectations in terms of sales. We are monitoring now the end of the first month, and I think that we're going to be able to more than double our expected increase in sales by the end of the year. And this pretty much ends this first part of the presentation. But what I wanted to bring here to the attention of you and everybody else is that I think that this lab experience, which was very much bootstrapped in terms of we started with almost no resources, and then the sponsors came. And in 1 year, we were able to bring together all of these partners and deliver tangible results. For us, it just shows the potential that we still have to bring a systemic understanding of what needs to happen in order to leverage this sustainable bioeconomy ecosystem in the Amazon, and the amount of collaboration that still needs to happen so we can find some long-term results. Our main long-term goal is to prove that we have more value exploring sustainable products from the standing forest than alternative ways of developing the Amazon, such as betting on cattle ranching or mining or other ways that most of the government is looking for. So yeah, I think I will stop right now and just open for a conversation so I don't monopolize the talk here. So if there's any questions or any points that you guys would like us to dive more, we're open to talk about it.
To learn more about our mission and join the coalition, visit www.amazoninvestor.org. Remember to like, comment, and share.